Hello world!
Welcome to the Dino Mega Integration Guide. In this video, I am going to show you how to merge the interaction system that comes in version 2 of my Quest system into the one that comes with version 4 of my inventory system, and we will chain together the interaction button so both systems don't try to interact at the same time. Before you start this video, make sure you have completed the Chapter 1 video. We will add our interaction system logic into the component we started there. You will also want something from both systems that you can interact with. For this project, I made a simple quest. I am also using the Campfire workstation from the inventory system demo content. First, we will relay our Quest system's interaction notices into the inventory system's interaction widget. We will then stop the Quest system from showing its own interaction widget. Open the component we created in the first chapter. Then open the setupComponent function. To make this work, we will need a reference to our interaction components widget. Make some room around the other references, then add a new path to the sequence. Just like the others, first get the owner, then call getComponent by class, and from the list select AC_inventory_interaction. From there, get the interact HUD variable. Promote it to a variable in our component called HUD_interact. Like the other references, connect an isValid node to it, then route the not valid path into the timer that waits and retries the function. Make sure you hook everything up, then wrap a comment around this section for our interact HUD reference. Next, we will listen for the interaction-related events coming from the Quest system, and when we hear something, we will relay that into a function on the inventory system's interaction widget, using the reference we just created. I'm going to make a new path from our first sequence for this added logic. Since we want to listen to the interaction events from our Quest system, bring in the HUD Quest reference. From it, get the Quest system player controller component. From that variable, call bind event to UI show interact notice, which runs when we should show an interact notice from the Quest system. Also make a call to bind event to UI hide interact notice, which runs when we should hide the notice. Connect the events to the execution path. Add the create event node and hook it up, then let it create the new function we need. Rename the new function it creates to onInteractNoticeToggle. Make sure you connect the hide dispatcher to the same event. The logic we write inside this new function will now handle both the show and hide events. Take a moment to tidy up your graph, then add a comment around this section. I'm going to use the same color I used above, so I know these parts are related. Open the onInteractNoticeToggle function we just made. Drag in the HUD_interact variable. From it, call the onInteractable_change method. The inventory system uses this function to show and hide the notice. This method needs the Quest system's current interactable actor, and we can get that from the HUD Quest player controller component using the getInteractActor method. If this actor is valid, the notice on the interact HUD will show, and if the actor is not valid, the notice on the interact HUD will hide. For the current interactable label, set it to interact, and I'm going to add Quest wrapped in parentheses so we can confirm it is coming from the Quest system. This is the text that will show on the widget next to our interact key. Since we are relaying the interact notice into the inventory system, we also want to stop the Quest system from showing its notice. We can do that by opening the Quest HUD in the UIs folder, then selecting the Interact widget and wrapping it with an overlay using the right-click menu. Select the new overlay and from the Details panel set Visibility to Collapsed. If we need to, we can easily roll back this change in the future by selecting the overlay and replacing it with its child. Press play and test it out. When you run up to our Quest actor, you should see the Interact notice coming through the Inventory Systems widget. The Interact notice coming from the Quest system should also stay hidden the entire time. That is it for the UI. This last part is optional, and what we are going to do is make our interaction events chain together. That way, when we are in range of an interactable from both systems, they both don't open at the same time when we press the interact key. You may prefer that, and if you do, then you can skip this last part. For those who want to chain them together, I'm going to show you how to prioritize the interaction event in our inventory system, and only if nothing is interacted with from it do we attempt to interact with our Quest system. There is actually a few different ways you could handle this. The method we are going to do in this lesson is to listen to an event that is called when the inventory system's interaction event is attempted, but nothing is found to interact with. When this occurs, we are going to use it as an opportunity to call the interact event in our Quest system. This event dispatcher that we want to listen to is in our interaction component, and we can access that reference through our HUD interact variable. Drag in the HUD interact variable, then from it get the interaction component. From there, bind into the event dispatcher called didNotInteractUI. Hook it up to the execution path, then from the event pin create a new event, then let the node create the function for us. I'm going to rename this function to onInventoryInteractFailed. We will use this function to tell our Quest system to try and interact. To do that, we need to get a reference to the player controller component for the quest system, as that is where the interaction event is handled. Drag in the HUD quest reference, and from it get the AC quest player controller variable. This is our quest system component. From it, call the interact method. Make sure to hook it up. Now, since we are handling our quest interaction from here, we need to disable it from occurring inside the quest system when we press our key binding, and the easiest way to do that is to just remove the interaction input action from the quest system's input mapping context. You can find this context in the Blueprints input folder. Open it and remove the entry for the interact action. Go ahead and press play, then stand between your interactables for both systems. When you interact, it should only interact with the inventory system. Then move to the quest giver and try the key binding again. If it worked, the quest window will appear. Your interact key binding is now working for both systems, but prioritizing the inventory system when you are close to both. If you have questions or requests, you can post them in the comments. If this video helped, please consider liking it, and if you would like to be notified of new videos, make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your game.